Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I survived the eclipse, I survived my birthday. It's been a really awesome week. I've been working on my book. I did want to, I've been on and off again, I get letters, or emails I should say, and messages on my Twitter of people that ask me questions, because I encourage all of you guys who are watching me, if you have a question for me that you'd like me to answer about my books, or various other things, just, ask them, and if I like the question, I will answer them on here. So, the question that I got that I was going to answer is, how do my friends and family feel about me writing memoirs? And so, thank you for the question. There's a little more to it, but yeah, that's the gist of your question. But how my friends and family feel. My mom, when she first read my first book, It'll Feel Better When It Quits Hurting, told me she wanted a bag for her head. I said, I'm sorry, and I offered a decorator one. And then she read it a second time, and she forgave me. It wasn't quite as emotionally traumatic for her. My dad, unfortunately, as many of you know, passed away a month after my book was released, and never got a chance to read it. So I don't know how he would have felt about my books. I would hope that he would understand. Some of my family is not as understanding, because the thing of it is when you write memoirs, you have to be honest, and if you're not honest, there's no point in writing them. And honest not only with the people you're talking about, but yourself, which means, again, I'm not always the hero of my narrative. I don't try to make myself the hero of my narrative. I'm, sometimes I'm confused, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm vengeful, even. And because I'm human, I'm not perfect. That's not the point of these stories. It's not perfection. It's, a lot of times it's learning to laugh when you want to cry, and dealing with everything that life throws at you, and doing the best you can, and not always making the right choices. But when you do that, sometimes people don't like what they hear. And it's not that you've lied. It's not, it's that, everyone wants to be the hero of their own narrative. And so sometimes I can get a little bitter for some people, unfortunately. Most of my friends, most of my family, though, have been extremely supportive. And I haven't I'm no more the outcast than I have ever been in my life. So, my status quo has pretty much remained the same. My friends, that actually it's my friends that I've really enjoyed the reaction the most from. It's when you have really good friends, people that are close to you, spouses, boyfriends, best friends and stuff, you assume how they feel, I guess, and what they thought of you or during certain times. The thing with a memoir is you get to see yourself from another perspective, literally. And they could put themselves in the position of walking with me and seeing themselves through my eyes. And as my best friend Renee says, that, when she was reading her stories, she's like, man, you made me out to be a whole lot better friend than I've ever been. And that's not true. She's been an amazing friend to me. She's got a no-edit button, and she could sometimes be mean, but she's never cruel, and she's always been there for me. And this was how I truly felt about her. So it kind of gave her this warm, fuzzy feeling, because, it made her feel happy to know that how I looked at her. And Wes, in my first book, he read it and wrote to me, and he's like, wow, he says it was really interesting to remembering old people and old places and old friends and seeing myself in your eyes. So it's kind of an interesting experience for people, kind of like double vision, I guess. And as they remember it and you're telling it, and they can really see the two sides of that story. So it's a lot of fun. For the most part, I get a lot of support. And what little detractors I do have among family and friends that don't like what I've written. Sorry, I'm not going to stop. Because like I said, I mean, I have 2 books out, and the second I am re-editing, but it's grammar, not retelling of history, or re-editing of history, I guess I should say. So anyway, yeah, and I've got good friends. Bring Shovels coming out, and then this new one I was just talking about, the dinner party. So I have a cookbook coming out, which is also going to have anecdotal stories in it, and eventually I will write one about my children called Things They Never Told Me, about raising children, and the things that, oh my God, my kids have done to me. It's children. Oh, my children. So yeah, you'll be, I don't know, they might be a little scared. I would be, but anyway. So yeah, my life is fodder for my work, and for my words, and I'm starting to collect stories that I will eventually tell about Corey and I's adventure, and living together, and Squirrel Boy's pretty entertaining, and people find us entertaining, so hopefully they will also find our stories together entertaining. I don't know. I'm going to write for as long as I can, and I do the best I can. So that's my answer. Most everyone likes my books. I have a few detractors. Every author has a detractor or two, so I'll take it. And although I do, a lot of times I'm reminded, I saw this it was a cartoon once in the newspaper, and it was this girl, and she was signing books, and they have a little thing there that says "Why I Hate My Life," and her parents are standing there holding her book, going, "But sweetie, if we had known that you were going to grow up to become a memoir writer, we would have been so much better parents," And yeah, it's kind of like that with my friends and my family and stuff. If I had known. So anyway, yeah. So I hope that answers your question. I mean, at times when I'm writing, I'm going, oh God, I hope someone doesn't kill me in my sleep over this, and smother me with a pillow. But because I am honest, and I truthfully, I don't try to make myself look any better than I did. I mean, sometimes, I come out as a complete train wreck, and I think that helps. The fact is I'm just as brutally honest with myself and my actions, and as I am with other people's. So yeah, people seem to like my stories. Pick up my book, maybe you like my stories too. A lot of my reviewers say that my books are written in such a way that at the end of the books they really feel like they know me and my friends and my family and stuff, as if they had lived my life, and that's good. That's what I want people to do. I want you to really get that intimate feeling. So anyway, I am going to be doing an interview with Renee on my second book here pretty soon. So that'll be coming up, and you can find out for yourselves what she really thinks about me and my books. And yeah, so I hope you all had a great week. God, I love the eclipse. It was just a magnificent thing, and highly recommend it if you can ever see one. But yeah, I'm going to keep plugging along, and I'm going to get back to my book now, and I'm going to get this thing finished. I am going to get this finished. So anyway, you guys have a great week, guys, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Bye-bye.